My name is Tom Coleman. I'm a sleep expert and part of the VHI Health Squad. I've spent years working with elite athletes and multinational companies, teaching them about the importance of sleep and how it can benefit them. Last year, I was involved in sleep research in Ireland, but today I'm going to talk to you about the importance of sleep and how we can improve our sleep habit. The first thing to say is I'd like to reframe how important sleep is and the impact it has on our health. Experts regard sleep as one of the three pillars of health: nutrition, physical activity, and sleep. When experts tell us that the quality and quantity of sleep we get has just as much of an impact on our health as what we eat on a daily basis, I think it's really time to prioritize our sleep. One of the first questions I get asked is, well, how much sleep do I need? Is there an optimum amount of sleep? The requirement for sleep will change through your lifespan. It's not something that you think about at all, but until you miss out on sleep, that's when you maybe start to think about sleep. As babies require about 17 hours sleep. Children, toddlers, teenagers all require more sleep than adults. Adults require about 7.5 to 8 hours. Teenagers, 9 to 10 hours. In my experience, teenagers don't get that amount of sleep. Why do we require 7.5 to 8 hours sleep? Why that figure? Well, when we sleep in 90-minute blocks. There are shallow phases and deep phases of sleep. 5 90-minute blocks equals 7.5 hours. So the recommendation is 5 cycles a night or 35 cycles a week. Because when we look at fatigue and sleep, we'd never look at one night. We'd always look at 7 to 10 days, an expanse of over time. What we want to avoid is accumulating sleep debt. Many people have difficulty in maybe falling asleep or maintaining good sleep. Why is that? Let's look at the physical components of sleep. That's the first thing to look at. There are other reasons such as stress or anxiety or worry, medical conditions that people may have when it comes to sleep, circadian disruption, so shift workers typically will have difficulty with falling asleep. The physical components of sleep. So, light is the master switch when it comes to sleep. Light is the main trigger. We have an internalized 24-hour rhythm or clock within our bodies, and that matches up with the external day. So the sun rises, light enters the brain through the eyes, and that triggers us to get up and move around. So it's hugely important that we send a strong light signal early in the day. So when you get up, it's a great idea to get some sun exposure, get some light exposure, even by just standing at the back door. And then as the day progresses, we want to try and avoid bright light as the evening and darkness comes in. Because again, the darkness is a trigger for us to start to relax and to fall asleep. An eye mask is something that will instantly improve sleep quality for you. Some of the things I talk about might take days or weeks to practice the eye mask. The first night should improve your sleep quality. Caffeine. Caffeine is one of those things that if we drink too much, we take too much on board, can stop us falling asleep, or it can also interfere with sleep quality. How much is too much? 2 to 3 cups, not after 2 to 3 p.m. That's the general recommendation around caffeine. It takes anywhere from 5 to 9 hours to be eliminated from the body, so it takes time. So remember, don't overdo it on the coffee. Switch to water if you can. Food, if we have too much or too little, it can certainly impair sleep quality. Habit. So, with children, we're very good at establishing habits and times and routines. With children, what we tend to do is they'll have food, change, wash, pajamas, unwind, bedtime story, and sleep. And we're very good at doing that. We're very good at unwinding and settling down. Do you have a good, healthy routine like that for yourselves? I'm guessing not. With many people, we're very busy, we're running around, and then we go, oh my God, look at the time, I have to go to bed. And we jump into bed, we're still stimulated, and we're thinking, oh my God, I have a very busy day tomorrow. I have to send that email, I have to go to this meeting. Did I take out the bins? All this stuff is happening, and we can't sleep. The tendency then is for people to reach for the phones. Can't sleep, and they start scrolling. An hour or two can pass by, and all of a sudden then you have to fall asleep. The blue LED light on the phone is twice as powerful as natural sunlight at suppressing melatonin. So it essentially tells your brain to wake up. I know that most of you do bring your phones into the bedroom. I'm going to maybe try and change how you use your phone. Instead of scrolling on social media or stimulating, maybe it's a good idea to get some relaxing music, listen to a podcast, a meditation, a body scan. Use your device in that positive manner. Do not disturb, and put it away from the bed. Your bed and bedroom environment should be clutter-free. It shouldn't be full of electronics and chargers and things related to work. So try and keep the bedroom environment very clean and conducive to sleep. Heat is another key trigger for sleep. Ideally, your bedroom should be about 18 degrees. Another good way to reduce your own core body temperature is to have a shower, and that will really help fall asleep, and it will form part of that self-care ritual as well. So controlling all of these key things will really help us with sleep. As I said, some people wake up in the middle of the night also, and the mind tends to take off. That's where learning a meditation or a body scan is really very useful. So instead of letting the mind take off, it's a good idea to maybe have a notepad and pen beside the bed and scribble down any issues that you might have or any concerns, and then do your breathing technique. In relation to food, generally speaking, our last meal should be 2 to 3 hours before we go to bed. We don't want to overload our digestive system before we go to bed. That will certainly interfere with sleep quality. Certain foods will even help us fall asleep. So dairy, cereals contain tryptophan, and that can help induce sleep. Certainly want to avoid alcohol, high-fat foods, spicy foods, that type of food that takes time to be broken down. Just a quick word on alcohol. Too much will impair sleep quality, so be mindful of that. In terms of sleep supplements, I get asked these questions a lot. I might recommend a magnesium supplement, take that an hour before going to bed, or a vitamin D supplement. But again, this is something that you maybe need to consult your GP or dietitian about. If you do take a vitamin D, ensure it's in the morning. So good sleep hygiene. What does a good sleep practice look like, or a good sleep routine? Well, it's important to understand that what you do early in the day has just as much of an impact on your sleep as maybe what you do 10 or 15 minutes before you go to sleep. So again, when you get up, get outside, get bright light, send that strong signal. Take some exercise if you can. Watch the stimulants and the sedatives. So what I mean by that, watch the coffee and the alcohol. Too much will interfere with sleep. Eat well, have your last meal 2 to 3 hours before bedtime. Start to unwind, avoid the brighter lights, switch off the devices, switch off from work, and maybe think about a shower or something like that as part of the routine. And then you're ready for bed. Have a notepad and pen beside the bed, maybe before you go to bed. Write down what you have to do tomorrow, get that out of the mind and onto paper. And then you're ready for sleep, your eye mask, possibly your earplugs. It really is about controlling the inputs, controlling the environment, controlling the senses, those type of things. Sleep is about little percentages accumulating and getting that right. The last thing is kind of worry and anxiety. And again, this is very common. When the noise of the day settles down, our brain sometimes takes off. So again, breathing, relaxation, writing it down can really help. So I hope you will implement all of these little things or some of these little things, and it will really help you with sleep. The benefits are multiple. You will feel a lot better, your energy levels will be more balanced, vitality, your immune system will be stronger, cognitively, mentally, and emotionally, you'll be much better able to deal with stress or issues or just life in general. So please protect your health, look after your sleep, and have a good sleep tonight. Thank you.